Hey everybody. So this morning the wife comes to me and asked if I had seen this article in regards to Donald Trump making statements about wanting to dismantle the Department of Education and send funding directly to the schools. I said, that's silly, but it makes sense that he would say something about, skirting a governing authority and bypassing all that, right? And she said, yeah, but our children have been getting failed this whole time. So it totally makes sense why they would want to just do that. And so we went back and forth on that, and we ended up at, looking online for different things, and we're coming across opinions about people saying, yeah, kids are addicted to TikTok. They don't care about nothing. They'll sit there and just lie completely. They won't do anything. And then there's nothing that the teachers can even do about it. Like if the teachers fail them, then all of a sudden the Department of Education says you failed, and so you don't get any money. And so this is just creating this terrible cycle in which teachers got their hands bound behind their back because they're being threatened via financial coercion to just give in to these things. But then we come across some other opinions that say that like kids nowadays are more accepting, caring, loving, thoughtful, inclusive than they've ever been before. And then the difference between students in the 90s to the students nowadays, like there's no question that there has been great progress in that department, because there used to be groups of students who would cordon themselves off, and there would be no way to move into that group or anything like that. But nowadays it's like that's a wall that is just like easily stepped over. These kids are like, we're not putting up with that. So, kudos to you, all of you who've been part of that. So the Department of Education has these rules in place that you gotta do certain things for students, and Trump wants to tear them down. And it's like, if you've been walking in one direction for 30 years, and when you get to where you are and you look and you go, oh, I was actually supposed to be, I don't know, about 50 feet that way, or I guess in these terms, about 1 year that way, You don't walk backwards 30 years. You go ahead and you walk in the direction where you intended to go, or where you assumed the people who started the process intended to go. Don't dismantle, change some policies, change some things. Don't tear it all down. Don't be on a rampage because you got one term here, Mr. Trump. All right? Set up some things in motion. Be a foundational layer. All right? You say you follow God, right? Be a foundational layer. We know who the rock is. Let's lay him down and build upon him. But you're not going to go through and tear everything down. You need to set something up so that the next person sees, and not just infighting of parties, right? Of political parties. Let's work towards getting over this stuff. But a layer that is so well cemented, so foundational that the next person, whether they be Democrat, Republican, liberal, I don't know, man, whatever, that they see it and they go, hey, that I can work with. Because the intention of what we're doing is the betterment of our nation, of our students, of our families, of the world. This is something that we used to ride on. This was like the beauty of the nation. Lay our lives on the line for us, but guess what? Also for truth, justice, equality, for the rest of the world as well. Because we're setting the standard. Let's do it. And to anybody who's being put in a position where you're like, your hands are tied, through a threat of coercion of some sort, whether it's financial, just physical security, whatever it is, don't go for that. That's not what God does, right? God doesn't use coercion like that. So when you're up against that, you need to make that hard decision. Know that the Lord has your back. And you can stand up. Stand up with the stamina to make it through whatever you go through. It doesn't matter. You're already authorized. Trump sat down that first day in office and started whipping out executive orders faster than I could probably even read. Promise you. God's hand already has pen to paper on anything that you know is right, filled with truth, justice. His authority is in it. So, God bless you all. I'm truly grateful that we are in a time period where we're seeing so many changes. Let's make sure we're doing the right ones. There are things that need to be done away with. Absolutely. There are things in which the policies need to be reworked. New ideas or thoughts about things need to be brought up, and let none of us be too proud to say, you know what, this needs a fresh paint, a fresh coat of paint. There's lots of stuff that do. All right? This is our world. This is our place. We take it from here. Let's keep moving. God bless you.